So, as I was saying, if you are fortunate, you'll be enrolled into the university, okay, for you to do some courses to top up your grade so that your grade can actually meet the German grading system. Then you'll be able to go on further, okay. So from there, you apply for accreditation, okay. They call it Anerkennung here in Germany. So when you apply for it, it also takes some time, a bit of a time for them to take you into consideration before you are being given accreditation. So when you are being given accreditation, then they will tell you to go and look for a praxis or a hospital, like look for a job and then start working, okay. Yes. And then yeah, that is how the system is, okay. So this is how it works for doctors. You do not come from your home country and start practicing, okay. You have to it is in most cases, it's not even in most cases, every time when the grades are being converted, it is not up to the German standard. All right, so you have to do some courses to top up, and these courses are done at the university in a medical school, yeah. And before you can do the course, you have to get a C1 certificate in German, right? So the procedure is a little bit cumbersome, yeah. That is the gospel truth, but it is doable. Yeah, people have done it. You can also do it. That is what I always tell people. It is doable. People have done it. I even know people who didn't even know the German language, okay? They just did a 6 months intensive course. People even extended it to 1 year. And then they came to Germany and offered the master program in the German language, okay? Instead of the English language, they did it in the German language. And I know of one engineer like that. He did it in the German language, okay? He was on a scholarship, and then he did the 6 months intensive course, okay, to C1, and then he did engineering in the German language. Yes, but unfortunately, well, fortunately for him, I don't know, but he decided to go back to his home country, okay, to go and work there, right? So this is how it works, okay? So for doctors, you have to send your documents to Agentur für Arbeit, and they will process all these things for you at a cost, okay? At a cost. It's not for free. Nothing in Germany here is free, okay, at a cost. Then when you go through the procedure and you know that, okay, I've had my C1 level, you can go ahead and enroll yourself in a school, okay, in a university or a medical school, okay. And there are a lot of medical schools. I put which includes all schools in Germany in one of my videos, which you should go and check, okay? So when you navigate through that link, now you will see a lot of medical schools, which you can enroll yourself in those, yeah? Okay, so that is how it works for you guys, yeah? You do not come straight away from your home country to Germany to come and start working or practicing as a doctor. It doesn't work that way. Neither as a physician assistant or as a nurse. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so let me take my water. We say water is life, nah? And in German you say das Wasser ist das Leben. Das Wasser ist das Leben. Yeah, so that is how it is. German language is very fun, okay? It's fun to learn. I must say that the language itself is not as easy as we think. No? There's a bit of, the rules are too many, okay? And it's kind of complicated. No? The Germans themselves know that the language is very difficult, but people have learned it. That is what I always tell my fans. People have learned it. People have done it, okay? People have written the exam even up to C2, Okay, they have done a lot of courses in the German language, and they are, I mean, they are going on and doing their work. For Cameroonians, yeah, I always said this in my videos. For Cameroonians, they are very, very, very keen about the language. Okay, when they come, they devote themselves. They put all their head, all their bodies into the language. Okay, they study it to the core for them to get a good job to do. Okay, but when it comes to the Anglophones, nah, for instance, Nigeria, Ghana, and some of Kenya, we are very, I don't know, we lack in the language. We are a little bit slow, and some don't even want to learn at all. I know people who have been here, Nigerians who have been here for 5, 6 years, 7 years, they can't even construct common I am going out in German, or I am hungry in German, or my name is, you see, my name is so and so, or I come from, they cannot even introduce themselves in the German language. Okay, and if it annoys them when you get to an office or an institution, and then they are asking you, things in German, or they want to speak German to you, and then you tell them, ich verstehe kein Deutsch, nur English. I don't understand Deutsch, only English. It gets on their nerves, nah? So that is why you have to make the efforts. Even if you are not doing the course in the German language, you should be able to communicate in the language so that you can know your way around, and then you move easily. Okay, if you don't do it, then you find it very difficult. You always want to go with someone to go and translate for you. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you do not know the person's schedule, and the person cannot go with you always to go and translate for you. So you have to make an effort to learn the language yourself. And that is where I motivate people. You should be able to do it. Okay, I don't understand. I don't even understand my people. When it comes to TOEFL or IELTS, you do not want to write it. I know a lot of people, when you tell them, okay, you want to come to school here, these are the requirements. The school requires that you write English proficiency. You get an English proficiency. And they do not take your English proficiency that you had in your university. So what do you have to do? You have to do the TOEFL, either TOEFL, IELTS, or English Cambridge, or whatever. And they are like, maybe TOEFL, no, maybe mean to mean true. IELTS, no, maybe mean to mean true. You cannot write it. You don't want to write TOEFL. You don't want to write IELTS. You too, you don't want to learn the German language. Maybe German afina maybe suya kasa. German mean to mean yo. So you don't want to do this. What do you want to do? Because nothing is free. You see, in order for you to get a better stance, you have to put in more effort. Okay? You have to put in more effort so that you get to where you want to get. Yeah? You get to where you want to get. Yes, so that is how it works. Nothing comes on a silver platter. Okay, even people whose parents have even left them with fortunes are not finding it easy. Okay, so nothing is found on a silver platter. You have to put in more effort to do what you need to do in order to get there. Okay, so that is where my motivation comes. Okay, please do not give up on the German language. You have to make an effort. When you come to Germany, okay, you should be able to get, the minimum is B1. Just get B1 and you'll be able to do everything on your own. You'll be able to even read your letters on your own. Even if you can't understand all the letter, the content of the letter, you'll be able to glance through, you'll be able to get the salient points, okay, before you even think of translating. Okay, so that is where I I motivate people that do not give up on the German language. Yes, Germans themselves know that the German language is very difficult. And their main can that language no one can someone say language and that for many easy. Okay, but do not give up. It is doable. Everything you purpose in your heart to do is doable under the sun. Okay, so don't give up. That is for doctors. So now one thing I would also like to chip in is that what they normally do, what the doctors normally do is that since you can't come in straightforward and practice, okay, the procedure is a little bit cumbersome. If you want to pass through this procedure that I have explained to you, then it means that you will take like 3 to 4 years sitting in the house doing nothing and then waiting on Agentur for Arbeit, waiting on the medical school, waiting on your Anerkennung, and then you would have wasted time in the house, okay? But in other way, you can, whilst you send your document to Agentur for Arbeit, or if you have in mind of going through that procedure, then if you haven't learned the German language, you should do that now, okay? You should do that now. And then learn from A1, A2, B1, B2 up to C1 level. When you get there, then by then, okay, you would have not wasted the time. You would have made good opportunity of the time so that it doesn't keep long. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I would advise. And what I was saying is that I know people who do not want to pass through the procedure I have explained. They actually look for a master degree. They do not go to the medical school directly. After they finish their education in their home country, they look for a master program in Germany, okay, which is related to the health sector. Yeah, so what you do is that when you are applying, you gather all your documents. You give them all your documents for your medical school, your English proficiency, your transcripts, everything that you have had from the medical school in your home country, okay? You use it, and then you apply for a program related to health, okay? And if you haven't done the German language, you can look for a program that is done in English, which it will be considered, okay? You look at the requirements of the program. If you are being told that you can use the English, your English proficiency can be okay, can meet the requirements for the program, then there's nothing wrong with that. You can apply for the school and yeah, you do the master degree, right? So this is another alternative. So when you do the master degree, then after that, you can get, after that, you have to even do the German language again, okay? You have to do the German language. At least you should have gotten B2. You have to do that, okay? Before you can even apply in the health sector. Maybe you can apply in the hospital to assist a nurse, okay? You will not practice as a doctor. You will not practice as a doctor completely, but you can assist a nurse because you have the basic, the basics, okay? You have the basics already. You know everything already, okay? So you just did a master program to top up yourself, and then you have everything in you. And in order to exhibit it, okay, you need the language to be able to communicate to people in the hospital, okay? So when you do the master degree and you are done with that, okay, you still need the language to be able to go and work. So that is how it works. So you have to get, for that one, your language proficiency should be at the B2 level, okay? So when you get that, you can apply directly in a hospital or in a praxis or something, okay, that you assist a nurse or you assist a doctor, okay? It is not you being a doctor per se, but you are assisting them, Okay, so that is how it is. Yeah, so you should note that and work towards that. And das Wasser ist das Leben. Water is life. Okay, so this is what it's all about. This video, I will explain to you the procedure for nurses and physician assistant. This category of people are like, theirs is not that cumbersome, okay, as the doctors. So I will bring that in my next video. Okay, I will explain to you the procedure that you have to go through in order to be able to work as a nurse or a physician assistant here in Germany. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do so. And do not forget to follow me on Facebook. And yeah, the name still remains. Ich bin Alphonsine. Tschüss.